So if you've ever wanted to know how to get the most out of what you're reading, this video is definitely going to be for you. Hey there and welcome back. My name is Deedee. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to get the most out of any book that you ever read. For me, time is of the essence. I don't like to waste my time and I don't like to repeat things. So with that, when it comes to reading books, once I read it, I sort of don't want to ever feel the need to read it again. I don't want to ever feel like, oh, that book was good. What did I think? So I have a certain process that I go through to make sure that I squeeze all the juice out of the book. Now, that's not to say that if I read a book 10 years later, I couldn't get something different. But I'm reading these books in a specific space, in a specific time for a specific reason. And I want to be able to capture that. And if I ever go back to look to see where I was and what I was thinking. So this is my process for doing that. And I hope that you guys enjoy and take some things away. But definitely give this video a like and let me know in the comments, how do you read for efficiency? Is there a certain something that you do? But yeah, I'm going to show you guys what I use and then I'm going to show you how I use it. And then I'll share with you why. I'm going to show you all of the supplies that I use. Now, again, this is what I do to make sure that I get the most out of the book. It might be different from you, but I'm sure that you'll pick up some tips and tricks along the way. Take what works for you, leave everything that doesn't. By no means am I saying that this is the only way or the best way. I'm saying this is my way, and maybe my way will have some things in it that you can take and adopt into your way. So, with that being said, the first thing that we've got that I like to use are highlighters. The next thing I have is a ruler. We've got tabs. These aren't my favorite tabs, but we've got tabs. Oh, here are my favorite ones. So these are I like the ones with the little arrows. So we've got tabs. Sticky notes, of course. Larger sticky notes. And then I have, this is where the things that aren't necessary are going to come in. I've got ink. I've got stamps, and of course, you're gonna need a book. But we're gonna set this book up so that I can start reading it today. So I actually remember talking to my brother and telling him that I'd read a book, and he asked me the most powerful question that influences the most powerful step of all. But first, let's just get into setting up this book, shall we? Okay, so let's get this party started. I have a stamp, and it actually says my name, and then it says from the library of, so I'm gonna stamp this book, mark it as mine. I'm gonna put the rating stamp. This is how it looks to start. We've got the stamp, we've got the star stamp. On here, so I'll be back in a sec. I just want to write my intention for reading this book, and then I'll show you guys everything that I have set up in here to make this read really efficient. Okay. Okay, so this book is all set up and ready to read. Now, I want to show you a model because I want to show you how all of this stuff works together. Here is what a finished book that I've read looks like. Okay, these are the tabs. Here on this is the inside cover. And then we've just got, you know, I'm sure in here somewhere there's sticky notes with some thoughts and takeaways, tabs, and so if you've ever wanted to know how to get the most out of what you're reading, this video is definitely going to be for you. So I'm going to tell you what I do. I start any book that I read with a tab key. So this is a tab key. And intentions. I write my intention behind why I'm reading the book. What am I hoping to get out of it? With this book, I was hoping to get structure, like how to structure an impactful talk, how to deliver illustrations, powerfully delivering and finding illustrations. So that's what I was hoping to get out of this book. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars based on those intentions. Did I get? So that doesn't mean that the book is 4 out of 5 stars. It means it was 4 out of 5 stars for me. And then I just wrote my review of the book in here. Then I have a tab key. So whenever I'm using these things, if I'm marking a quote, I mark it in pink. If I'm marking an activity, I know what that means. Then I mark it in purple. If I'm marking something that deepens something that I already know, I write that in green. If it's something strategic, then I mark that in orange. And if it's just I like the use of language, then I'll mark that in yellow. So that is how I tab for this particular book. This could change depending on the book. Like if I'm reading a novel, obviously I'm not going to be tabbing strategic things. It's a make-believe world, right? So on the first page, what we have is my tab key. And it's the same one that I did go over earlier. So I have my quotes in pink, any activities in purple, deepen in green, strategic in orange, and language in yellow. Obviously I haven't read it yet, so I have my review here, and I'll leave a review and then I'll highlight it in whatever color for the stars. I have my intention that I've written, what I intend to get out of this book or what I'm hoping I get out of it. And I'll show you the other cool thing. This is like the coolest thing that I think that I do, but this is the cool part. So I told my brother that I read a book and he said, awesome, so what are you going to do with what you learned? Because a lot of times we read to read and then we don't end up implementing any of the things that we've read and learned. So what I've actually gone in and done to be really intentional, and if you take anything away from this, I kind of hope it's this. It's that about every 2 chapters, you can do it every 25 pages, every 50 pages, whatever you want. But for this book, it just made sense to do it every 2 chapters. So I did every 2 chapters. I have this page and it says aha moments and implementable moments. So what I'll do is any aha moment that I have, like after I've gone through and I've tabbed everything, you know, any quotes that I like, etc., I'll write out what I think are aha moments for me and what are implementable moments for me, so that I'm aware and I can start to implement, but also so that if I ever come back to this book or if I'm ever feeling this again, I can just flip to my aha moments and implementable moments. I can just flip through and see what I've selected as quotes, etc. And so that is how I set myself up for an epic read, for the most efficient read, and to never, unless I want to, have to read this book again. So that is my strategy for reading physical books. If you'd like to see how I do this with like Kindles or Audibles, definitely let me know and I can do a video on that. But that is it for getting the most out of reading a book and making it efficient. So I hope this helped. And yeah, now I have to get to reading because I just wanted to show you guys that. I think that it's cool and it's made my reading journey so much better. If you like this video, if you like the vibes here, then definitely give this video a like, give the channel a follow, and I'll be seeing you guys in more videos. Peace out.